back to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a different video for you. I thought I would do a video on how I get inspiration for my outfits and where I get inspiration just for style generally. I use quite a few different tools, mainly magazines and apps on my phone like blogs, Instagram, Tumblr, and I'm going to go into a few of those as well. So let's get into the video. So first of all, I wanted to talk about magazines. Now they play quite a big part in where I get my inspiration from. I'm subscribed to two magazines. I'm subscribed to Vogue and Elle magazine, and I've been subscribed to both of them for quite a number of years now. I'd say about 4 or 5 years. I used to be subscribed to Glamour, but I didn't find their content interesting, so I cancelled my subscription to them. I also am looking into subscribing with Porter magazine because lately I've really found a lot of interest in the stuff that they are doing edits on. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a couple of recent issues I've got. So this is Elle magazine. I get the small one. If you're subscribed to them, they send you the travel version for some reason, which I think is a bit silly, but oh well. So these are the most recent 2 issues. Now, I have a bit of a way of going through different magazines. So starting with Elle, the first thing I do is go through the adverts at the front, because a lot of the time some of the campaigns that are going on I actually really enjoy looking at. Especially at the moment, the Dior campaign. I really love the Dior campaign, and just going through them, seeing what I can find. I like the Louis Vuitton one as well at the moment. And then the next thing I do in Elle magazine is go to their like, sort of, I don't really know what they call this, but kind of like the clothing edit part. So just how they, like a mood board basically, it's like a mood board section, and it's in every issue of Elle. And I just go through that bit and see what I like from there. Then the next thing I go to is the front cover editorial. So whoever is on the front cover gets their own editorial in the magazine. And the next thing I do is go through that. And from here, I normally pull different pages, ones that stand out to me photographically and also fashion-wise. If I see things that I think I can recreate that with my clothing, or I'd like to go out and buy those things, then I pull them. If I just like the photograph as a whole, then I will pull it too. After that, I tend to go to the next editorial, which is normally an editorial that's in every single magazine. Well, this section's in every single magazine. So they do the front cover editorial, and then they do just a themed editorial each month. That's the next one I go to, and then after that there's sometimes like a high street editorial or a high-end editorial, and that's what I'll go to afterwards. But I basically just go through all the pages, looking at the photographs and seeing which ones I prefer best. Now the other magazine I'm subscribed to is Vogue magazine. This is the September issue of Vogue UK this month, and pretty much kind of similar. The first thing I do is go through the adverts at the front because, again, I like a lot of the campaigns that are on at the moment. Sometimes I'll pull a few of these pictures to go on my mood board, but most of the time I'm just looking for inspiration. Then I will go to any articles that I think are interesting. Obviously these are all personal, and you would just find articles that you think are interesting or not. The next thing I go to, again, is the front cover editorial. So whoever's on the front cover gets their own editorial, and I'll go through that editorial and pick out all the photographs. Now, obviously Vogue is of a much higher standard than any other magazine in my opinion, and with that comes better photography and better pictures, and I absolutely love the photography that is shown in Vogue. After the front cover editorial, I will go to the fashion editorial, the themed editorial, whichever you want to call it, and go through that looking for photographs just from what I think is beautiful, or fashion-wise, if I think their clothing is nice, then I will pull from there. The next thing that I do is gather all of the pictures that I've pulled from the magazine, and I have a little sort out time. So there's on average about 3 things that I do. I will either take a Sharpie straight to the sheets that I've pulled from the magazine and draw straight onto them. If they're not pictures that I want to keep, or they're pictures of like a mood board sort of style, then I will just write straight onto them with a Sharpie. The next thing I'll do is organise the pictures that I don't want to write on, but I do still want to sort of annotate, I guess. So with this, if I want to keep the picture, or I think the picture is too pretty to write on, then I'll use post-it notes and I'll stick them on because they're easy to take off afterwards and I can still keep the picture or frame it, because I do that quite often, and that way I still get to sort of annotate the picture and say what I like most about it and what I want to remember when I'm shopping. The last thing I do is just keep pictures completely blank. I don't write on them or annotate them at all, and these are normally the ones that are framed above my mood board. At the moment in Brighton I don't have the frames above, but if you remember in my bedroom in this one that I'm filming in now, I used to have 3 framed pictures above the mood board, and they would change every couple of months or so, and they would be pictures that I thought were the best of the best basically for that month of Vogue or that month of Elle, normally Vogue, and I would frame them because I just thought that they were beautiful, more like a piece of art, not just for the fashion, and they normally came from editorials or campaigns. The next place where I get a lot of inspiration from is Instagram. Now, I'm sure most of you have Instagram. It's a very well-known app. It's basically an app where you post pictures, you can write a caption underneath, and a lot of people have started using the app to show their style or their outfits, and those are the Instagrams that I really enjoy following. So mainly on my feed I have a lot of fashion Instagrams, I have a lot of shopping ones, lots of bloggers, lots of YouTubers that I enjoy their style. Into a couple of my favourites are Lucy Williams. I really like her style, absolutely love the way she dresses. I think that she's really, really cool, so laid back, kind of that I didn't even try and I still look gorgeous kind of look. The next one I really like, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's Camille Scherer, I want to say. I don't really know who this person is, I just found her Instagram and absolutely loved it. I love all of her posts, and I find them really inspiring style-wise. The next one is Emma Hill. I really, really enjoy the way she dresses. She also now has a YouTube channel if you want to go and follow that, and she has a blog as well, but her Instagram is just an easy access way of following what she's wearing and what she's up to. The next one is Romy Streed. She is a Victoria's Secret model, and I just love the way she dresses. I think she's so beautiful, and her Instagram is quite often full of what she's wearing, and I take a lot of inspiration from that. The next one doesn't really need a shout out. It's Bella Hadid. I know that she's obviously extremely famous and not really like an underground blogger or anything at all, but I just really like her style. I know a lot of people don't like these new kind of models that are coming out, like Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid, and I on the most part do agree that they aren't proper models in the sense of the word, but I do believe that even without all the fame that those couple have found, I do think that Bella Hadid would still have been a model even without all of that, because she just has such a phenomenal face. And the next one is Negan Marcel. Again, I don't really know how to say her surname, but her first name is Negan, and I absolutely love her. She also has a YouTube channel now. I just love her style. She's so beautiful. She has like a hair care line, so her hair always looks gorgeous, and just everything she wears, she makes it look amazing. Another thing I really like about Instagram is the bookmark feature. I find this really helpful. I used to obviously like lots of pictures, which I still do, and then I would have to go to the to my Instagram and then go on the liked part so I could see everything that I'd liked, and I'd go back over it that way. But now I love the new bookmark feature. I think it's called Saves, but I like to call it bookmark because I'm kind of like bookmarking all my favourite pictures. So I use this feature basically so I can go back on outfits. I mainly use it for outfits when I'm bookmarking something, and you just go to your own Instagram and then the little bookmark icon at the top, and I just love saving lots of different pictures, ones I want to look back on, ones that look similar to things that I own so I can redo it myself, or pictures where the person is wearing something that I'd quite like to buy. So that feature I find really, really helpful. The last kind of tool I use is Tumblr. Now, I've been obsessed with Tumblr for many, many years, almost 6 years now, 6-7 years. Absolutely love Tumblr. I know it's kind of one of those apps where it's kind of got a stigma that only weird people use it or something, but I don't mind being weird. So I absolutely love Tumblr. I mainly use it, most of the blogs that I follow on Tumblr are music or fashion related. So when I'm scrolling through, I get a lot of inspiration fashion wise, really great photography on there, absolutely fantastic way of expressing yourself. And of course I reblog things on my blog. I don't really like that's probably the only outlet of social media where I don't tell people what my Tumblr blog name is, because it's kind of just personal and I just let whoever finds it find it. But I just love to reblog pictures that I can really relate to or that I like the look of, and it's very photography based, and that's what I like most about it. Okay guys, that's kind of it for this video. I really hope you got some tips and tricks from what I do to get inspiration for my outfits and stuff. Obviously I also have my mood board in my room. It used to be here but it's now down in Brighton, and that's where all the pictures go. That is such a big help to me. I absolutely love that. And again, just using what you've basically already got. Subscribe to a magazine or just buy it on the cuff. Using Instagram and Tumblr for inspiration, not just sharing your photos. I find that I'm a very visual person, and looking at things I gain a lot more from. So that's just how I do it, but I'd love to know the ways that you do it too. So follow me on Twitter and on my Instagram, of course, because then you can see all of my outfits and what I like to share on those social media outlets as well. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. You better listen up.